Hello, and welcome back to Storytime with Eric Zimmer. I almost forgot, how silly of me. I found a bonus James Marshall tale. Well, technically, it happens to be another fairy tale, but also retold and illustrated by James Marshall. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And remember how Roald Dahl made Goldilocks to be a bit of a troublemaker and also a heinous criminal? I assume James Marshall took some inspiration because of the way he portrays Goldilocks in this story. You'll see what I mean. You ready? Alright. Let's begin. Once there was a girl called Goldilocks. "What a sweet child," said someone new in town. "That's what you think," said a neighbor. "You took the words right out of my mouth." Those poor cats. One morning, Goldilocks' mother sent her to buy muffins in the next village. "You must promise not to take the shortcut through the forest," she said. "I've heard that bears live there." "I promise," said Goldilocks. But to tell you the truth, Goldilocks was one of those naughty little girls who just do exactly as they please. Look what it says. Shortcut. Danger. Very risky. Turn back. Not a good idea. Go the other way. It must really be unsafe. Meanwhile, in a clearing, deeper inside the forest, in a charming house all their own, a family of brown bears was sitting down to breakfast. "For Tui," cried big old Papa Bear, "this porridge is scalding." That means very hot. "I've burnt my tongue." "I'm dying," cried Baby Bear. "No, really," said Mama Bear, who was of medium size. "That's quite enough." "I know," said Papa Bear. "Why don't we go for a spin while the porridge is cooling?" "Excellent," said Mama Bear. So they got on their rusty old bicycle, and off they went. That's something different. Normally they go for a walk, but in this one, on a two-person bicycle with a basket. A few minutes later, Goldilocks arrived at the bear's house. She walked right in without even bothering to knock. Oh, brother. On the dining room table, there were 3 inviting bowls of porridge. "I don't mind if I do," said Goldilocks, helping herself to the biggest bowl. But the porridge in the biggest bowl was much too hot. "Tui!" cried Goldilocks, and she spat it out. And she knocked the big bowl over. What a shock. Next she tasted the porridge in the medium-sized bowl, but that porridge was much too cold. Then Goldilocks tasted the porridge in the little bowl, and it was just right, neither too hot nor too cold. That's odd. How could a smaller bowl be just right if the medium one is too cold? Wouldn't it be colder than the medium-sized porridge? If the larger one is too hot... Never mind. Cartoon logic. Never question cartoon logic, kids. Anyways, in fact, she liked it so much that she gobbled it all up. Feeling full and satisfied, Goldilocks thought it would be great fun to have a look around. Right away she noticed a lot of coarse brown fur everywhere. "They must have kitties," she said. In the parlor there were 3 chairs. "I don't mind if I do," she said, climbing into the biggest one. But the biggest chair was much too hard, and she just couldn't get comfortable. And you're sitting upside down in it. Really? She sat in next she sat in the medium-sized chair. But that chair was much too soft, and she thought she might never get out of it. Huh. It's probably softer than a beanbag chair. Then Goldilocks sat in the little chair, and that was just right. Neither too hard nor too soft. In fact, she liked it so much that she rocked and rocked until the chair fell completely to pieces. My God, what else could go wrong? Now all that rocking left Goldilocks quite tuckered out. I could take a little snooze, she said. So she went to look for a comfy place to nap. Upstairs were 3 beds. I don't mind if I do, said Goldilocks, and she got into the biggest one. But the head of the biggest bed was much too high. The front must have collapsed under his weight. That's an odd way to... Next she tried the medium-sized bed, but the head of that bed was much too low. That's not comfortable at all. Then Goldilocks tried the little bed, and it was just right. Even though it has all these comic books and other boy stuff on it, look at it all. Messy, messy, messy. Soon she was all nice and cozy and sound asleep. She did not hear the bears come home. Uh-oh. I smell trouble. The 3 bears were mighty hungry, but when they went in for breakfast, they could scarcely believe their eyes. Somebody has been in my porridge, said Papa Bear. Somebody has been in my porridge, said Mama Bear. Somebody's been in my porridge, said Baby Bear, and eaten it all up. Huh. In the parlor, the 3 bears were in for another little surprise. Somebody has been sitting in my chair, said Papa Bear. Somebody has been sitting in my chair, said Mama Bear. Somebody's been sitting in my chair, said Baby Bear, and broke into smithereens. The 3 bears went upstairs on tiptoe, not knowing what they would discover. At first everything seemed fine, but then Papa Bear lay down on his big brass bed. Somebody has been lying in my bed, he cried, and he was not amused. Egads, cried Mama Bear, somebody has been lying in my bed. Look, cried Baby Bear, somebody has been lying in my bed and she's still there. Now see here, roared Papa Bear. Goldilocks woke with a start, and her eyes nearly popped out of her head. But before the bears could demand a proper explanation, Goldilocks was out of bed, out the window, and on her way home. Who was that little girl? Asked Baby Bear. I have no idea, said Mama Bear, but I hope we never see her again. And they never did. The end. See you next time on Storytime with Eric Zimmer. Take care.